My friend Ababu Namwamba and I were sitting there and hearing this young man, a police officer, speaking like this. 10 years ago, this would not have happened. They would have come here and told us, Maliza Twende. And so I think I appreciate what is happening to the police force and the role of India in transforming the nature of our police force to a police service that is tuned to the service of the people in all aspects of our lives. Makofi kwake. If you know the history of this country, you realize that Kisumu was once called Port Florence. And it could have been called something else. It could have been called Port Gujarat. But the people who labored and took the railway to Kisumu were Indians. They did most of the work. They lost most of lives. And they were responsible for that railway reaching Kisumu. There is therefore not a surprise that Kisumu is called second Mumbai because of the number of Asians who live in Kisumu, most of whom speak Dholuo. One day I was in the bus park many years ago, and somebody was speaking Dholuo in an accent I was not quite sure of. Ningeni nyawana na thaga. That means, my mother-in-law is troubling me. When I turned around, he was a Kisumu Asian, and we have remained friends to this day. And he came from a very famous family in Kisumu called the Khan family. If you know Kisumu, the history of Kisumu could be equivalent to the history of the Khan family, who came from Migori at one point. But why am I saying this? Because one of the things just about to happen in Kisumu, which is very important and which connects us with our Indian origin, is that the cotton industry is just about to be revived. And with that revision comes the revision of Kisumu cotton mills, which was a very famous industry in Kisumu for some time ago. But with the crisis of the 1970s, 1980s, I don't need to go into it, Kisumu cotton mills also collapsed. But now it is to be revived. And it is to be revived by revising cotton growing in Kisumu. And once more, India has come in. Because India is known for growing BT cotton. And BT cotton, you will know, is perhaps the best variety of cotton to grow in our country. It gives the highest returns to a farmer per acre. Well, a farmer may get something like 70,000 shillings per acre in growing coffee and tea today, or not tea, growing sugar today in the sugar belt. Growing cotton can give you as much as 250,000 shillings per acre if you grow BT cotton. Why? Because BT cotton is very disease resistant, and therefore you don't have to spend a lot of money in insecticides and those things that spoil crops, really. Insecticide, you may think that they help in the final analysis. They don't really help, as research has shown. And so the history is once again uniting us with India. As I stand here now, a machine is going to be arriving in Mombasa anytime from today, from India, for removing the hyacinth from the lake. So I will be in Mombasa welcoming that machine. And those of you who know that in Kisumu, our motto is teach tire. That is, work is being done. Kazi indele. And when I published my manifesto, I said, what we shall do is we shall remove the hyacinth from the lake. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but India has come to my help. So we are really grateful for this historical connection and this heritage that we appreciate, because Kisumu as a county is a very multi-ethnic, multi-racial, multicultural county. And from history, you know that it is those societies which open their doors to other people that have developed very fast. Societies which close their doors to other people don't do that well. And even closed societies today are trying to open up. So the more we open up, the more we open up to skills, knowledge, and dynamism, the more we shall stand the chance of developing very fast. So I do join the rest of Kenya in celebrating this relationship. And I know, for example, the governor's policy of putting emphasis in GTIs or TTIs, Technical Training Institute, is welcome. I was one of those who was really opposed to turning a lot of polytechnics and training institutes into universities, teaching all kinds of subjects. One of them was Egerton College, which used to be a very good agricultural college. With the death of Egerton, we started losing technical training for middle cadre personnel. And I'm sure my brother here is championing that. And we in Kisumu have decided to double our bursaries, and most of that will be going to taking students to technical training centers or institutes. Because I know without this middle cadre group, we will never get anywhere. In Germany, for example, 3/4 of those who finish high school go for technical training. They don't go to universities. And when they finish those professional training, and you meet them at a workplace, and you have your PhD in chemistry, they will earn more money than you, because they're much more useful to industry, perhaps, than you are. So I think we are going the right direction. I applaud the government for doing this. And we, in the Council of Governors, open our arms to you, and we shall definitely cooperate to make sure that we turn around this nation in the next couple of years, more than we have done before. My friend Ababu Namwamba will remember that when we were in the NAC government, our motto was to achieve middle-level development by 2030. That is why we authored Vision 2030. And now 2030 is not very far, hardly 10 years away. We need to stop walking with a chicken and begin flying with the eagles. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Excellency.